Hello everyone, this is another session of Dearborn Council in the Community. I'm one of your council members, Ken Paris from the Dearborn City Council. With this segment that I'd like to introduce two of the guests today. I've got Sergeant James Wade from the Police Department and Firefighter Dan Nicholson from the Fire Department. You know, these are two members of our public safety team, and I'd like to discuss a topic today that I think the community would be interested in, especially this time of the year for some things that are going to take place. Actually, we're here because of police and fire charities. As many of you may know, we've got the Dearborn Firefighter Burn Drive. That is their charity, and maybe you know that Dearborn Police Charity also have their charity, and it's a long history. But I'd like to introduce both of you to the community here, but I'd also like individually for them to give a little bit of a history and a little bit about their respective charity if we could. So at this time, first of all, I'd like to have Dan Nicholson step up to the table and talk a little bit about your charity. What is it? Give me a little bit of history first. You know, how long have you had the firefighter charity, and what's it all about?
So the Burn Drive charity started over 50 years ago, and it was started by the members of Local 412, the Dearborn Firefighters, along with their families and volunteers. And we keep that tradition going today with our current membership and retirees and family members and numerous volunteers within the community. It was first created with one mission to help sick and injured children, particularly burn victims. And over the years, we've kind of branched off to helping out children and families that were affected by cancer or other medical ailments. Since its existence, the Burn Drive has been 100% volunteer-based, and 100% of the proceeds have gone to children and their families that needed it in a time of need, whether it's for treatments, medical bills, equipment. And from the beginning, one of the famous phrases that a lot of you probably know is "it's for the kids," which was a motto that was coined from retired Captain Danny Davis, who was very instrumental with the Burn Drive over the years.
You know, just before we were going to do this segment, I found it kind of ironic that we already have a posting on social media about an annual event that the fire department does. So I got to ask already, do I still have a chance to win a Camaro? What's coming up?
You still do. Our annual car raffle is coming up. It's going to be Friday, May 16th this year. There's going to be the big raffles and then numerous other smaller raffles. There'll be some merchandise to purchase also. But that is our biggest fundraiser of the year. That's how we raise a ton of funds throughout the year for what we do.
Okay. Well, I know we're going to be talking about a couple other events too that may be coming up for the rest of the year. But I'd like to give an opportunity for Sergeant James Wade to pipe in too, because a firefighter, I mean, he's right next to you. I mean, you're not competing, but you got to tell us a little bit about your charity too. If you can, just what's the charity all about for the Dearborn Police Officer Charity?
Yes, sir. So the Dearborn Police Officers Charity was founded in 2001. It was founded when Lieutenant Doug Lowe, who's a beloved member of our police department, was diagnosed with cancer. He had a young family. At that time, the charity came together to help raise funds to help him and the family. Unfortunately, we lost Lieutenant Lowe in 2002. And from that, the Doug Lowe Memorial Golf Outing was established. We hold that golf outing every year. It's going to be September 19th this year at Mystic Creek, so on the grounds of Camp Dearborn. We like to have that Dearborn connection, and that's our largest fundraiser we do every year. The goal of the charity initially was to help Lieutenant Lowe's family. That is now spread to we will assist any public safety member in the state of Michigan if the need arises. We've also assisted out of state with families that have connection to Dearborn or Michigan as well. We also will assist community members. We've donated to other members of the city who have gone through cancer treatments or have fallen on hard times, have had experienced a traumatic loss. The charity will step in and will donate at that point. We also, our biggest event we do every year is our Shop of the Hero. Right. So that's where we take kids from our community who need a little pick-me-up around the holiday season. So it's a great time. It gives back to the community. So this year we're going to move the Sergeant Chris Hampton Memorial 5K. Historically we've done it in October. This year we're actually going to move it to May 18th, which is just Sunday. That also corresponds with National Police Week. So that event focuses on first responder mental health. We partner, Blue Cross Blue Shield has been one of our leading sponsors in that. We pick an organization that drives towards first responder mental health every year, and we make a donation to them from the proceeds from that Memorial 5K. We're also looking to do a memorial bike ride this year for fallen officers with the loss of Corporal Saeed from Melvindale. We partner with the Michigan Police Unity Team, which is a bicycle team similar to what rides in the national chapter. Members of the department ride in the state ride every year. We're going to bring a ride this year to Dearborn, hopefully in June, which will be to honor all of Dearborn's fallen officers. So the goal is to ride to every spot where Dearborn has lost an officer in the line of duty or in the course of duty actions, and then we'll stop and make a memorial at each stop. So that's the goal for this year. That's also one of the big ones we donate to. All the money that's raised from the memorial bike ride comes back to My Cops, which is an organization that steps in when a line of duty death happens. So we partner with them. They helped us out in the past, and they also helped out in Melvindale. They were huge there as well. So we try to give back to them for the mission they're supporting.
Well, if I can then, I'll go back to the fire department. What other events do you have coming up besides the raffle, of course?
So other events throughout the year that we have, we recently, the past few years, started a bass tournament over the summer. Usually happens in July. And then in homecoming is another big event where we will give out corn at a booth and accept donations, which all those go to the Burn Drive to help with the charity fundraising throughout the year. We also sell merchandise at the homecoming. And then from there, we have our golf outing. Usually it depends. I believe this year it's going to be in September. And after that, in the fall, we do our pumpkin patch outside of Dearborn Fire Station 2 in the smokehouse. And that's usually one of our last fundraising events for the year leading up to our toy run, which is our biggest end of the year. We take all the money that was collected throughout the year, and we also will then, we go to Center for Exceptional Families here in Dearborn. We will go to the U of M Burn Center, and we go to Penricton School for Blind Children in Taylor. And all the money that we raise throughout the year, we go to purchase for the children and their families that need it.
You have an event also, dealing with a member that had died just a few years after retirement, really. Would you like to elaborate a little bit about that?
Yes, so we lost retired Battalion Chief Kevin Boyer a few years ago, and an organization here in the state of Michigan that we have worked with is Neighbors United, and the organization helped out with a memorial walk in October the last couple of years for him. We helped raise money for their cause, which goes to any firefighter affected by occupational cancer, which is actually right now the leading cause of death in the line of duty for firefighters. So the Burn Drive has worked with them over the last couple of years with that.
I personally got to say thank you. Thank you for your service, not just in uniform and the chosen occupation that you have, but donating so much time. So what I'd like to tell our audience too, that this has been another segment of Council in the Community, and I'm Councilman Ken Paris. I do want to thank CDTV for making programming like this possible throughout the year, and for so many other events that are covered. Always want to give credit where credit is due. So until there's another segment of this is Ken Paris for your Dearborn City Council. Until next time, thank you.